Hello and welcome everyone to my team career mode in the F1 2021 game. I've already gone ahead and done all the setup for this season, and I am going to show that whole process to you guys in just a second. Alright, so starting off, we're just choosing some character that looks, well, kinda decent, It needs a beard because we gotta show off our masculinity off to our fellow drivers. And as for the number, I wanted to choose 13, but I realized that is going to be such an unlucky number, so we went with 41. Since we'll be going with a black and turquoise or black color, we've gone ahead and put our helmet to a very nice blue shade of color and white. The overalls for this season are just the standard Breaking Point overalls, painted in a nice black color and with some blue accents on top. And I just wanted to point out that this season and the series is probably gonna take a while, since I really want to put a lot of effort into editing everything. For the team name, we went with Zero Racing, which is gonna become more clear as we reveal the livery of the car and the main sponsor of the car, which is, we will choose X-Forming, as completing a full season is actually a pretty reasonable bonus to reach. And as for the engine, we've gone ahead with a Japanese manufacturer of Honda. I think it has the perfect balance of power to durability, so we should have a pretty reliable engine. As for the driver, we're going with a fellow Aussie, Marcus Armstrong. And at this point in the video, I totally forgot to record the audio, so we'll just go ahead and talk about my plans for this season. I generally want to improve myself as a driver, because I've recently got into sim racing, and F1 has just been great overall. And starting a my team career has probably been the best decision for that. Uh, I've played other games such as Rally, Dirt Rally 2, and FIA WRC 10-9, but those are very different games compared to F1. I recently wanted to pick up Assetto Corsa as well, so there will probably be more content from those games as well on the channel. But we'll be heading into the interview now, so I will see you guys after the interview is done.
About these new rules. Do they see them as a challenge, a hurdle that needs to be overcome? Perhaps they see them as an opportunity to disrupt the status quo, a chance to come out swinging and to carve their name into Formula One history. Well, I had the opportunity to ask them these very questions just earlier today, and here's what they had to say. Well, first of all, thanks so much for inviting us here today. It's been wonderful to see behind the scenes. As you might expect, I've got about 1 million questions, so let's jump straight in. It's been a long time since we last saw a team owner take their own car onto the track, and the sport's changed enormously in the intervening years. How are you going to handle the responsibilities of both managing and driving for a Formula One team? Let's talk about your teammate. Now, it's clear they're excited to have signed with you, but tell me, what is it that you think they bring to the team? So you've obviously been putting a lot of work into the car. I know it's early days, but how do you expect it to feel out there? Most of the other teams can boast years of experience in Formula One. Where do you see the opportunities to make those vital performance gains you need to put you within reach of the other cars? Ultimately, your success this season is going to come down to whether you can take positions from the other drivers. What is it about your car that's going to give you that edge in those battles? And finally, with so many specialist departments working together here at your headquarters, and with such an important deadline coming up, who's getting that coveted Teacher's Gold Star? Which group do you feel the most proud of right now? Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been wonderful to get an insight from you and, of course, to see around the headquarters. Thank you for today. Really appreciate it. And thank you all at home for watching as well. We'll see you very soon.
So we just got done with the interview with Will, and now we're gonna be going over some of the R&D charts for this season. As you can see, Marcus Armstrong is gonna be our second driver for the team. I went ahead and chose Armstrong because he actually had one of the highest focus on the list of the drivers, and his actual pace was actually pretty good compared to the others. He's only lacking in experience, but will be able to get that up with simulation training. As you can see on the R&D chart, we are actually above Alpine, and that is, I think, mainly due to our engine power. For the season, we'll try to focus on the chassis department, and as you can see, we will purchase a real floor upgrade, which will come after the Bahrain Grand Prix, so it won't come for this Grand Prix. But as you can see, our chassis department is actually doing quite badly compared to others. One thing that might be worth looking at this season is the durability tree, since we've put on the max player faults and team faults that we could actually get. So on the R&D chart, we can see Red Bull are actually ahead of Mercedes, following up with Ferrari and McLaren being very close. And then after that, we have AlphaTauri and Aston Martin. And as you can see, we are actually above Alpine at the moment. And after that, we have Alfa Romeo, Williams, and Haas at the bottom. So heading into the car review, we'll see that we will receive the driver training camp bonuses and the chassis upgrade, which was the department upgrade that we purchased off camera because I didn't want to reveal the car livery to you guys. And so we'll be heading into the car reveal in just a second. As you can see, we've gone with a black and blue car with some shades of white on it. But as you can see, our main sponsor is Pepsi Max, hence the name Zero Racing. Just means that, we'll be going with a very, very predetermined color scheme. But since we've got some resource points, we'll go ahead and purchase the rear wing upgrade, which is also going to come after the Bahrain Grand Prix. And hopefully after that we'll be ahead of the Alpine cars. We've also got a Honda engine for the season, so our car is going to be definitely plastered with Honda stickers all over. And the Logitech G logo, since that's the wheel I'm using to do my racing. And heading into the Bahrain Grand Prix, we get the Aeron chassis focus. And we are set up for the Bahrain race weekend and qualifying.